Minasan konbanwa and welcome to Shogo's podcast. So it is currently 10 p.m. in Japan time. I usually try to record the podcast during the day while my brain is still working a little bit better. But from, I think it was from around Christmas to January 10th, there is no kindergarten for my first daughter, Hinata. So this is like the only time that the house is quiet. So I'll try my best to talk what should I say? Try to talk as smoothly as possible, but if I can't, I hope you understand. All right, so today I like to, what should I say? Talk a little bit more about the previous topic that I talked about. I think it was 2 videos before. I talked a little bit about a few things that I always keep in mind when someone tries to hurt me. I talked about you shouldn't take advice from a person who shouldn't listen to anyone who you wouldn't take advice from, or if someone who criticizes you is not working harder than you, kind of thing, right? I did talk about that. I did explain about these words, and these are the things that I always keep in mind, my principles in my life, basically, to keep myself going, to keep myself positive and such. But I did want to add a little bit of information to my previous message. And the thing is, before I started YouTube, before I was just a person watching YouTube or watching TV or, seeing celebrities or whatever on the news and such. And in Japan, you might know that there are quite a lot of young celebrities, for example, artists or actors and things like that who kill themselves, commit suicide because of being slandered or bashed on the internet and such. There was a lot of, should I say, news about these incidents. And before I started YouTube, I really thought that, wow, ending your own life because you received a lot of messages on social media, like on your phone. I was like, why don't you just ignore it, right? That's what I think. That's what I think. What 90% of people would think. I was definitely one of the 90% who thought, wow, why don't you just ignore them? Yeah. But today in this podcast, I wanted to tell you that it wasn't that easy. Yeah. So my message today is, if anyone comes up to you, it could be your friend, your family, if anyone comes up to you and tells you that he or she is hurt because someone said something on social media or on the internet, something bad about them, and they say they're hurt, please do not tell them that it's okay, it's just on the internet, or it's just on your phone, just ignore it, just put your phone down. That's what I would have probably said to my friends, to my family, if they said that to me and before I started YouTube. But now, after starting YouTube, I can definitely tell you that it's not that easy. I was trying to think of a good example how to explain this, and it's almost like where you're walking down the streets and you have this random person suddenly punching you in the face. And then you say to your friend who has just been punched, you tell him, well, that was a weird person. That was a complete stranger. You should just ignore him or her. That's very difficult because you were just punched, right? Your face is hurting. It's in pain right now. It's very difficult to just completely ignore that, right? So I would say that is the closest thing to express it. The best example to express this. So it is, as an action, of course, I could just put my phone down and not see the comments or not see the DMs that comes to my Instagram, or, not see see articles on the internet, about Let's Ask Shogo or whatever. But they're there, the thing is. And the feeling that there are people on this planet who are willing to use their energy and time to hurt me, that fact, that truth, that is not going to go away just by putting my phone down. That's the punch that I was been taking from people who want to hurt me. That soreness, after getting that punch, that's not going to just vanish immediately, right? So I just wanted to say in today's podcast that if any of you, if you already, what should I say? Understand what should I say? Understand what I'm saying? What should I say? If you already, for example, have experience of being hurt on social media or on the internet and such, you'll probably understand. But if you've never experienced it before, and if someone in the future tells you that they need your help, please don't tell them that they're okay or just ignore it. It's really not that easy. Please, I'm not saying that you should do this or you should not do that kind of thing. What I'm trying to say is that it's really not that easy. So please try to be by their side as much as possible. And please just understand, it'd be great if you understand that it hurts 100 times, 1,000 times more than you can imagine. And I'm not trying to say that, no, you guys don't, all of you guys don't understand, not that kind of stuff. I'm just saying, as a person, I really feel like I'm your friend, right? And as a friend who have experienced this, I just wanted to share this with you. And if you already understand, that's completely fine. But I just wanted to tell you that it really does hurt a lot. And I am as you guys probably know, I am a very positive person, by the way. I usually am a very happy, joyful person, but still, every time a person comes up to me and says, what is this weird dude, or, on the comments and such, it does hurt, of course. Yeah. Being punched or kicked by anyone would hurt, right? You can't say that doesn't hurt. No matter how much you get used to it, like, for example, you put on a lot more muscles so you don't get damaged from a punch, it still is a punch, right? So, yeah, I just wanted to... in my last podcast, I felt that I should have talked about this, but I forgot. I didn't include it in the last podcast. So today, I wanted to share this experience, I guess, my opinion, with you. All right, then. Thank you so much for listening to today's podcast, too. Then at the end of my podcast, I always talk about my dream. And the ultimate goal, the ultimate dream of my life is to make all Japan lovers' dreams come true. So I know that there are a lot of people outside of Japan who have their hopes and dreams to study Japanese, talk with Japanese people, train in traditional culture, or travel to Japan and things like that. But I am very afraid that Japan will not be able to provide these things in the future because Japan is facing a lot of social problems, as you see in my main channel, and we are losing our traditional culture. The population, training, and traditional culture are declining every single year, and also the younger generations who are responsible, or we are the only people that are capable of carrying it on to the future, but we are the people out of all the different ages in Japan. The youngest generations are the ones who are dying the most from suicide because of all of the social issues that are being shoved on them, So I thought that I really wanted to dedicate my life to try to make Japan a better place. And that's not because Japan is an awesome country. To be honest, as a Japanese person, I think I do not like Japan that much. You might have noticed from all my videos, but I am definitely, because I am Japanese, I'm rather strict to my own country. So that's the reason why I say it that way, but not because Japan is a wonderful country or Japan has great culture. No, it's because I have friends who want to come to Japan and learn more about Japan and our history and culture, and I don't want them to come to Japan and think, wow, this was not the country or the culture or the history that I was looking forward to. This was not the dream that I had. I would be really, really sad if that happened. So I don't want that to happen. So I thought I should dedicate my life to try not to make that happen, right? And I have a lot of things in mind to do in the future. But my first step, the first stair, I guess, towards my ultimate goal is to make all Japan loved. That's my ultimate goal. See, this is what happens when you try to record podcasts at 10 p.m. My first step is to achieve 1 million subscribers by January 2023. I don't know how many people have been listening to the end of this podcast, but please laugh at me. So yeah, I'm trying to achieve 1 million subscribers by January 2023. So that's actually the end of this year already. Yep. So I will be trying my best to achieve that as my first step towards trying to achieve my ultimate goal. Okay? And everyone, thank you so much. It's 10:15 p.m. right now in Japan. I will just continue to do more video editing and everything after this too. Thank you so much for listening, and I really, really appreciate your support. Bye-bye.